What up, y'all? Vegas Tesla fam. I am here with Raider. Jojo is not here for this one. We are going from Las Vegas to Laguna Hills, California for my friend's wedding. We'll be in town for the weekend. We're gonna take a road trip here. Maybe 1 or 2 stops with the Tesla, just about it. It's a quick, short one. Little over 200 miles total trip. Let's take a look with what we're starting with and what charger it wants us to stop at. So we're starting at 72%. I had to run some errands this morning, pick up the tux and pick up her dress and all that. It wants us to stop at Barstow, sorry. And I think these are the new outlets, the new chargers at the outlet store over there. I have not been there since it was redone, probably a few months ago now. But that sounds good. Yeah, we'll go check those out. I think those are brand new, all 250s, 20 it says. So yeah, we'll go see what that's all about over there. I'm excited for that actually. And then from there, it shouldn't be too far to get to our Airbnb for the weekend. Yeah, let's get this trip going. And here is the plan for now. We'll see if something changes, but this sounds good to me. The Airbnb, we're allowed to park in the garage, and I imagine the garage does have an outlet in there, so I brought just my standard charger. I didn't ask the Airbnb host if I can charge in there. I just want to use the regular outlet, nothing too crazy. I don't know if I should or should have, but it would be cool for it to be like a normalized thing to just charge at Airbnb and not have to ask. But I know it's still pretty new, so we'll see how that goes, and we'll see about that. That would be awesome to have a charger in there for the weekend. I hope we're driving too much, but it'd be cool to get there and just be able to charge overnight while we're there and start the road back home with the full battery. So here we go, 72% off to the Barstow supercharger, a little over 2 hours, 148 miles. This will get there with 20%. So we'll see how close we can get to what it thinks. All right, we just pulled in with 9% battery left, quite less than 20%. I'll explain mine a little bit, why that happened. And let me just show you guys around, because it says there's 20 stalls here at the supercharger, but there are far, far more than that are, I assume, about to be put up sometime soon, because this place is pretty big. So here we are, 9%. We gotta charge a little bit because we won't be able to make it there, obviously. So we'll plug in. It says 15 minutes, probably go a little bit longer than that, because just in case I can't charge the Airbnb, I want to be able to have something there. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to, but just to play it safe, we'll hang out here a little bit, take our time, and walk around, show you guys around. There's a bit windy here. Let's grab this, plug on in. You can see a whole row here. We're good to go, we're charged. Hopefully you can hear me, a little bit windy. You see a whole row here of superchargers. These are the ones that are available online, but if you look over here on this side, there are like another 20 row covered up right now. There's a bunch of slower chargers along this entire wall, so if you want to go to the mall and take your time shopping, probably a good place to park here. And then on this side as well, a ton of chargers, again, unopened, probably at least 20 more, probably a 60 stall site here. Walking around a little bit, here are all those slower chargers if you want to take your time. The mall is right here, so definitely walking distance, and there's a bunch of stores to check out here. A couple other chargers here, some are covered there, so at least 5 more there, and 3 rows of what looks like 20 superchargers, so it is a very, very big stop here. Then from here, just behind me, we got the entire outlet mall here, a big old Croc store. That's awesome to see. And it says shopping's restrooms right this way. It is super windy outside, so I don't know how much you can hear about that, but what an awesome charging stop. There's 20 chargers a set available, and there are, but I don't know if these chargers are up and coming or they're broken or being repaired or what, but This charging stop at full capacity probably has 70 plus superchargers. It's amazing. And they're right next to an outlet mall. And I love that it has a row of slower chargers, because if you want to take your time, walk around the mall, you can park at that slower charger and not have to worry about idle fees if you're here too long. Because the charger, you know, 250 takes about 25-30 minutes to get a full battery. If you want to take your time at the mall, you have that option too, with plenty of the slower chargers too. So this is an awesome spot for Teslas, and it's going to be a huge one, I imagine, once it's all fully done. But anyway, so about the battery, I said we'd get here at 20%, we got here with 9%. The reason for that is because, as most Tesla owners might know, but may or may not know, it takes into account your driving style. It's based on how you drive. So the past X amount of weeks that I haven't gone on a road trip driving in the city, I'm someone who goes the speed limit. I'm a pretty conservative driver, I'd say. So based on that, it would estimate that on my driving style, I would get here at 20%. However, on road trips, and this road trip in particular, if you know, on the I-15 from California to Vegas, people tend to go a little bit above the speed limit, to say. So I went a little bit faster than the 70 mile per hour speed limit, and because of that, I got here with much less battery than if I were to go the speed limit or drive how I normally would, because I was going, I'd say like 80, 85 for most of the trip, and keeping up with traffic. So that's how we got here with much less than what I anticipated. But the catch with that is that if you're on a long road trip, like when we went to Chicago, the first supercharger stop or two, it does that. You get there a little lower than what it anticipates. Hey! But as you kind of go on with your trip, it adapts to your driving style. So if you're taking a road trip with more than 1 or 2 supercharger stops, it will adapt to your style. So when it says you get there at 20% after a few stops, it tends to get more and more accurate. And when we drove to Chicago and back, we didn't have an issue with that. It was pretty spot on after the first 1 or 2 stops once it adapted to our driving style. So we're good to go. We have enough charge to continue trip, 66%. At this rate, we'll get there with about 25%. I'll hang out for a little bit. For you data nerds, here are the stats of the current drive here, the road trip, 294 watt-hours per mile. So not too bad efficiency-wise. We were pushing it a little bit too. Like I said, I don't know if we'll be able to charge the Airbnb. I assume we will, but just in case, leave some extra for getting around town once we get there. And we'll let this guy cool down a little bit. What you looking at? What you looking at? Say hi, Rada. He's almost 6 months old. Watch him. Watch him, Rada. Even. We'll get there at 6:27, and it said 5:40 not too long ago. I imagine that it being about 4 o'clock, we are about to hit some California rush hour traffic, and it looks like it's starting to build up there. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully get there as soon as we can, and we'll update you guys when we get there. I'll unplug here in a second. Just want to say one more time, what an awesome supercharger stop. If you want to see more about this, I'm going to do a video completely separate on just this supercharger stop, what's around here, my impressions of it. Because one of my favorite things on road trips is actually stopping at superchargers, because they're in places that you would normally never stop if you weren't going to have to charge. So you discover some new things, and I like that. I think it's pretty cool. So I'll do a separate video about what's around this charger, what this charger is like. You guys seen a lot of it already, but restaurant stores, more specific details. So if you want something like that, look at my other videos. Hopefully I'll leave a link down below for that one if I don't forget. And let's get going here. All right, let me unplug here really quick. Again, what an awesome supercharger. I can't wait till it's all finished to see what it actually looks like. I always have issues with that. Just unplugged, we have 74%. We will get there with about 33%. And let's look at that last charge. It costs us $19.76 from 9% to 74. And let's hit the road. So I just left the charger. Not sure what happened, but my arrival for my battery went up quite substantially. I'll show you guys here in a second. Maybe there's more traffic, so it's forcing me to go slower. But it says I'm arriving at 51%, so I'm pretty happy about that. But we could have left a little sooner then. But that's all right. We'll get there with, I don't know. We'll see. So, yep, I was right. We are in traffic right now, hardly moving at all, and we are still an hour and 40 minutes away. Get there at about 6:30, but we'll save a bunch of battery, going very, very slow, so that's good. But, yeah, we're in traffic now, so let's see when we get there. All right, y'all, finally made it here at the Airbnb. I'm sure he's got to pee. I really got to pee, so I'm gonna make this quick. I don't know what the glitch was earlier, but we got here at 34%, which is what it said it would when we first left the charger, so that's totally fine. I'm cool with that. For you stat nerds, a lot of traffic. We were much more efficient, 233 watt hours per mile, so that is much better than before we got to Barstow. Like, he's ready to go. We got here at 6:40, which is an hour later than it said we would when we first left Vegas. So a 4-hour trip with California traffic turned into a 5-hour trip, which is to be expected. We're gonna head out now. We gotta go to the bathroom, settle in, getting him moving a little bit. If you liked the video, like the damn video, please. That would mean a lot to me, trying to get some subs here. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. We've got a few road trips planned this summer, so stay tuned. Catch you guys in the next one.